very dependent on my wife for what to feel okay within myself. And if she isn't okay with me, I can't be okay. I have control issues that I over expect people to react in certain ways.
I always try and figure everything out. And I can try and figure out what's going on with my husband, any one of my daughters, grandchildren, son-in-laws, anybody, people at work, friends of mine. Let me psychoanalyze you like I am qualified. If they don't ask for my opinion, I don't need to give it. This is their life.
There was many reasons why I just denied that there were any use going on at all. By getting the drug test, if I could prove that he had lied and he was using, then the responsibility of the relationship being terminated was on him, and I wouldn't have to feel like the bad guy. To put the responsibility on him, as opposed to me taking the responsibility to take care of myself and my son.
I definitely have a self-righteous kind of personality, and I think I know it all. I have an answer for everything. I have self-pity. I feel sorry for myself a lot, and I don't think much of myself. When I do get angry, it turns into self-pity, which is where I start feeling sorry for myself, and I tend to go to people for to reinforce that, don't you feel sorry for me? Or listen to my story, it's so terrible and awful. And I would sit there and think, oh, what if? And that was not anything that brought me any kind of peace. And the more I focused on my husband and what he was doing and not doing, I couldn't hang on to that. And so I focused on a lot of things that we learned, like go to meetings often, pray, find recreation and hobby, and I would do all those things that would, help develop. I'm going to cry. Help develop me more, and instead of just be more myself, because I had totally lost myself. I didn't know who I was.
I remember the first time I laughed and smiled and thinking, oh, I'd forgotten how to do this. It's magic, and recovery is magic.
I didn't cause it, I can't control it, and I can't cure it. I would have never believed 25 years ago that I would be happy and grateful that I was married to an alcoholic.
The best way they can help their loved one is to go get help for themselves. That's the best way they can help their loved one. It's kind of like in an airplane where you're supposed to put your mask on and before somebody else, before saving your child or whoever's next to you.
When I am emotionally dependent on you, I take my emotional center of gravity and I put it inside of you. So now everything that I feel, my self-esteem, my mood, is dependent on what you do and how you treat me and how you act. So I'm so vigilant about your behavior. I'm just so cued in on what you're doing because it's going to determine how I'm going to feel. Well, you heard what happened in recovery. That shifted. The transformation was in terms of taking that emotional center of gravity and put it back in myself. Now I start to validate myself. I'm not looking to you for how I feel. I determine how I feel based on what I'm doing.